Welcome. My name is Emily Schickli, and I am honored that you have decided to journey with me in this movement practice. I'm going to be combining a variety of different disciplines designed to support you in getting out of your head, putting away those stressors, the to-dos, the responsibilities, so that you can drop into your body and be in the now. So if you're ready for all of that goodness and to move and feel good and play and have fun on your mat, so you can feel even better off your mat, let's go ahead and get started with a deep breath. So close your eyes for a moment. Take a big breath into your belly, pushing it out in front of you. Inhale into your heart. Exhale out your mouth. Beautiful. Let's get started.
We're actually going to begin standing today. Yeah, we're going to do a really grounding flow, but I want to start standing just to get into our body, smooth out your mat a little bit. So to start, just go ahead and find larger than hips width distance on your mat. So often we don't take up space during the day, right? If you're seated or working on a desk, standing, maybe you shift side to side. Try and start to find your roots today. So today is all about grounding, a really wonderful practice to start. Springtime, it's finally springtime over here in California. Maybe it doesn't feel like spring where you are yet. But technically, first day of spring happened last week or this weekend. So go ahead and take a deep breath into your belly, pushing out in front of you. Exhale out your mouth, let it go. So when we exhale out our mouths, just allow your chin to relax, your jaw to fall open, your breath to move naturally, almost like gravity. So big inhale through your belly, pushing out in front of you. Exhale, allow your jaw to relax. Start to feel into your feet. You can even bring your hands to your hips if that feels supportive for you. Lift up your toes. So without looking down at your feet, just feel energetically that connection to your mat, to the earth. Start to lift up your big toe. So often we lose the ability to articulate our toes individually because we wear shoes. So just start to play with this. Lift a big toe and feel that grounding into the ball of your foot. So that big muscle right at the base of your big toe. Feel it press deeper into your mat. Good, and relax your toe. Now lift up your pinky toes, the outer edges of your feet, if you can't actually lift up the pinky toe. So big breath in, almost like you're curling your toes up. Exhale, melt them down. See if you can spread your toes nice and wide. Now feel free to look down at your toes and do the same thing. Just notice how that changes when you're looking at your feet, lifting up your big toe, pressing into the ball of your foot. Exhale, articulate it down. Almost like we're doing a cat-cow with our feet. Yeah. Inhale, lift up your pinky toe. Maybe you could stretch it really wide. Exhale, melt it back down. Nice. Now go ahead and activate your heels. So this is something that's really important for Warrior 2 and any of the warriors really in yoga. Press into your heels. So imagine you can break your mat open. Okay, so press into your heels. You might start to feel your knees and your thighs wrap around, your inner thighs wrap around and in, and then to the back of your body. So press into your heels. Maybe you go into a little bit of a squat here just to get a little bit of activation in your feet. Exhale, let it go. You can wiggle your knees, shake your hips. Good. Now go ahead and close your eyes again. Same thing, press into your heels, slight bend of your knees. We're just activating our grounding here. Big breath in, feel that connection, that friction against the mat, supporting you. Exhale, let that go. Wonderful, inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky, big stretch here. Exhale, bring your toes slightly inwards, pressing your heels out, bend at your waist, bow forwards. Now, if you're finding that you get stuck or you start to tip forward, that's okay. Root down through your heels here. Imagine that you have roots going all the way down through your heels, pausing halfway. Press your hips back, almost like you had a partner that was pulling your hips back for you, and then you were holding onto a rope. You can feel this tension. You can also do steeple grip if you want, and releasing your fingers for this mudra, pointing forwards, activate your core. See if you can take the sway out of your back. We tend to relax our belly here, so pull your belly button up and in. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, melt to the ground. Good. If your hands don't touch the earth, that's okay. You can interlace your wrists into your elbows and just hang here. Bending your knees deeply to support the release of your hamstrings and your low back. Look behind you. So really look behind you, and if you can, even up towards your belly button. That relaxes the entire column of your neck, your upper spine. Take a big breath into your belly now. Exhale, allow your jaw to fall open. Maybe you notice that your upper body relaxes a little bit deeper with that exhale. So big breath in, fill your belly towards the ground. Exhale, fall open. Good. If you're feeling really open today, I invite you maybe to challenge yourself by straightening your knees without locking the joints. That will just really get a stretch in the back of your body. If you're still feeling stiff, it's not about getting to the place of discomfort today. So it's all about feeling good. Now relax your palms down to the mat. Same thing as we did with our feet. I want you to find grounding through your palms. So it might sound kind of funny, but go ahead and lift up your thumbs, pressing into the pads of your hands. This is actually really good foundational work for poses like downward dog. Exhale, release your thumbs. Good. Now press deeply into your index fingers and middle finger knuckles. So you feel that tension, those first 2 knuckles and the base of your palm supporting you. You can even rock forward a little bit here. You might see me wiggle. Then exhale, release. Now stretch your pinky finger as far as you can go so your hands are really active here. Then exhale, melt your fingers all the way down. Good. Relax your head and neck. Relax your face, flutter your lips. Let's add a twist here. So bring your left hand in front of your face, directly in front of your face. Same kind of activation through your hands. So practicing that on your own. When you're ready, bend your knees deeply, specifically bending your left knee even more deeply. Exhale to twist right out to the sky. Big thoracic rotation in your spine. You can gaze up towards the ceiling for a little bit more energy, or down towards your hand for more stability and grounding. Maybe you play between the two. Big breath in through your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Good. Switch sides. Right hand comes right where the left used to be, finding that foundation. Maybe taking a moment, playing with your fingers, that strong, stable base. Bend your right knee more deeply. Maybe straightening your left leg, twist open towards your left. See if you can find this rotation through your core as well. So belly button up and in as you twist open. If you have tight shoulders, you can also rest the palm of your hand on your tailbone. Make sure you're not locking at your left knee. Big breath in. Maybe exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, switch sides. I'm going to go a little bit faster here. So exhale, twist to open. Inhale, switch sides. Nice. We're getting into our first little flow, our Kriya. Exhale, switch sides. So going at your own pace, use your breath like you're a metronome here. So if we have any musicians in the house, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's your steady drum beats for this flow. So you can notice the sound of your breath, even if you're listening to music. So you can make your breath sound a little bit deeper. If you want to add in a different breath pattern, maybe Ujjayi breath, where you inhale and exhale through the nose, constricting the back of your throat, feel free to do so. See if you can get a little bit lost in the flow here. So we're doing a lot of intentional foundational work today, but then when we get into this flow state, I invite you to allow almost like a meditative feel take over rather than focusing so much on alignment. Be here for a couple more breaths. See if you can maintain a sense of presence with your body. One more on your right. And finish off on your left. Once you're done, arrive back, both hands on your mat. Take a big breath in, bend your knees, rising up onto your tippy toes if that's available to you. You might feel a little bit of a shake if you have sensitive knees. Just stay in a little bit of a squat here. Exhale, come back to your heels, straighten your legs. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. So we're just getting into our hip joints here. Exhale, straighten. Do a couple breaths like that. Really great for the legs, getting circulation moving through our bodies. Last one. Exhale, straighten. Nice. Go ahead and relax walk your hands forward. Relax your knees down, finding all fours. Ooh, it might feel a little bit like relief in your body. If it is, acknowledge it, breathe into it, and start to articulate your spine in a way that feels good. So you might notice today we're not really doing like traditional linear yoga flows or practices or poses. And that's really intentional. So often we follow instructions, certain way of being. We have to get certain things done in a day. So I invite you today to just flow, be creative, be in your body. You want to go into a cat-cow. That means dipping your belly down on your exhale, gazing up. So shining your chest forward. Exhale, rounding your spine, squeezing your belly button up, and chin tucks towards your chest. Waving forward. Feel free to add any movements. Maybe you gaze over your shoulder. Just wiggle. Let yourself wiggle for a little bit. Not worry about what you look like, or you sound like. Just see if you can surrender to the movement. All right. Find stillness. When you're ready, tuck your toes, bend your knees, press through your hands to lift your hips up. So let's do that one more time. Come back to your hands and knees. So instead of just going straight into downward dog, like maybe you normally do, press into your toes, right? And then press your hands through the mat, and that shifts your body, your hips up and back. Try that one more time. So bending your knees, lowering back down. So we're creating this foundation here through our hands. So squeeze your elbows in, press the mat away, and that pressure, that friction shifts your hips up. And if you're like, I don't know, I didn't get it, that's okay. Just wiggle it out in your downward dog, and you bend one knee, bend the other. Take a big breath into your belly. Exhale, out your mouth, stick out your tongue. Good, big breath into your belly. Exhale, stick out your tongue. Good, bring your feet together, take a big breath in. Exhale, kick your right leg up to the sky. Inhale, bend your knee and pull it all the way through. Now, this can be a really challenging transition for folks, especially if you have tight hamstrings or hip flexors. So you can come down to your knees and then step forwards. Once you arrive, nice low lunge here. You can have your legs straight for a little bit more activation, or your knee down on the mat for more support. You choose. Take a big breath in. We're going to get into our hip creases a little bit more. So I'll demonstrate two options. So modified or less intense version, knee is down. Rise up to a kneeling lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, scooch your right foot forward. Exhale, tip your foot back towards your face. So hamstring stretch, supported. Inhale to roll through your foot and repeat. Okay, so you can try this one out if you're following along, see how it feels. So just going between those movements, getting to our hips. If you want to try a different variation, come up off of your knee, so left leg extended. Exhale, tip your hips back. Don't lock out your joints here. Make sure you have a little bend. You can shift your hips. Exhale, come back to the elbow lunge. Inhale, press back. Exhale, forwards. So maybe you go between the kneeling version and the extended version. Maybe you just stick to one that feels really good. We'll just be here for 3 more breaths. So move through what feels good in your body. Find your exhale, your extension. Pause. Inhale, lower your knee back down. Find all fours. Take a little wiggle. We'll do the other side. So same kind of transition into downward dog. I know this might feel a little strange, but it's really powerful for your foundations when you get into some more advanced practices. So extend all 5 of your fingers in both hands. Tuck your toes. Press the mat away, finding friction in your toes to lift your hips up. Maybe heels come down, maybe they stay lifted, depending on how open you are. You can pedal out. And exhale, bring your feet together. Inhale, pick your left leg up. Exhale, find that low lunge again. Again, you can find that kneeling transition if that is more supportive for your body today. 2 options, same thing that we just did on the other side. So you can find that kneeling variation first if that felt good. Use your breath to guide you. Exhale to press back. Inhale, roll through your foot. Exhale, hands down. You might find that your balance is a little challenged when you go through these poses, and that's okay. The key to support your balance is to hug your legs towards your midline. And again, activate all of your toes to support you pressing through your heel. Now, if you want to find the extended variation or you're already there, let right leg lifts, exhale, hips back. Slightly different sensation in your legs in this variation. You might feel your shins release a little bit more. Good. Find a couple more of these. Moving with your breath, your pace. Maybe it's fast, maybe it's super slow. Just notice what happens. You can even close your eyes. You want to challenge your balance a little further. These kind of repetitive movements are really soothing for our nervous system. Helps us get back into rest and relaxation after stress responses. Find 2 more. Depending on your exhale, come forward on your inhale, lower your knees, find tabletop, find a little wiggle. Let's go into child's pose. So you can walk your knees out super wide on your mat for more of a chest release and extension, or find them really snuggled in close together to release your low back. Before you press your hips back towards your heels, resting your arms on your mat. Now, if you have any neck tension, you might not feel accessible to bring your forehead to the mat, so you can stack your fists. So this is a really fun variation. Firm foundation with your elbows, stack your fists, rest your forehead on your fists. Just find a couple of deep breaths there. Maybe you want to play with your arms. If you have your forehead down on the mat, you can reach your arms behind you. Just see how that feels. Maybe swing your arms forwards. Finding a shark fin variation, my personal favorite, clapping your hands together, walking your elbows towards the top of your mat, bending at your elbows and sinking into your lats to get a tricep stretch. So relaxing your shoulders. Big belly breaths here. Exhale, release. We'll slowly rise up into a seat. So see if you can tuck your chin towards your chest. Squeeze your belly button, so activate your core, activate your glutes, and then slowly dragging your hands. See if you can use your core, almost like an accordion, opening up. Just slowly stack your spine, show your shoulder blades down. Again, if you have sensitive knees, just come up to a kneeling position right away. You can also tuck your toes. Sometimes that's a little bit more supportive, or you can fold your mat towards you to create a little bit of a cushion. So whatever feels good, maybe you're seated on your heels, maybe you're kneeling, wherever you are, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, rise up onto your knees if you're not there already. We're gonna allow gravity to catch us. So this is a really fun place to let some energy out. You can watch me first if that feels supportive. As you exhale slightly, very gently, release your palms, dead weight down, child's pose. Inhale, roll around your body all the way up, hands up. Exhale, slap the earth. Be gentle with your body here. You can go with control. So I encourage you to release, let your wildness shine today. Ooh, you can also imagine maybe you're releasing some stress about something in particular. Maybe there's a project. You can flow your lips. Let's do two more of those. Inhale, rise up nice and tall. Exhale. Last one. Roll, rise all the way up. Exhale. Good. Stay down. Take a big breath in. Exhale out. If you rolled your mat, just go ahead and gently unroll that. Roll forward onto your belly. Cobra pose. So if you have a sensitive upper back, just have your elbows slightly forward rather than directly underneath your shoulders. You can walk them forward, more of like a sphinx pose here. Shrug your shoulder blades down on your back, lift up out of your heart. Exhale, open your elbows, melt your chest down, forehead to the mat. Pick up your heels, flop your shins side to side. Feel a little twist in your hips, your back. Keeping your forehead on the mat, just allow your breath and the momentum of your legs to move you. Exhale, release your legs straight down your mat together. Inhale, pull your hands underneath your shoulders. Exhale, pull your shoulder blades down, lift your heart up. So you're almost like you're peeling yourself off your mat, cobra pose. Exhale, press through your hands, press back to child's pose. Good. When you're ready, come up onto your hands and knees, find a seat. Kick your legs out in front of you. Go right back down. Make sure you have enough space behind you to lay down. Don't just start that sounding breath again. That felt good. Good. When you're ready, you roll on down. If you want to do some core work, you're invited to. If you don't have to, you can just flop onto your back. If you want to do some core work, I like to do this little inching situation where I inch my heels closer towards me, keeping my toes pointed. That helps activate your core and prevent your legs from flying up. And then slowly melt down. Good, make sure you have enough space here. Hug your knees into your chest, give them a big old squeeze. Spinal twist. Exhale, open your arms out. They can be straight out in front of you, or maybe you bent at the elbow. Flop your knees to the right. Gaze in the opposite direction. Big breath into your belly. Exhale, squeeze to release. One more big breath in. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, flop your knees back to center. You might need to scoot your hips if you're next to a wall like me. Exhale, flop your knees towards your left. Gaze in the opposite direction. Big breath in. Exhale out. One more, inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float your knees back to center. Give yourself a big squeeze, big hug, curling up like a little ball. Exhale, pump it out to Shavasana, corpse pose. Palms up towards the sky if that feels supportive. Legs open naturally. You can also place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. That feels good. And just stay here in this pose for a few breaths. I'm going to sound some of my singing bowls and then we'll close. Take a big breath into your belly, just noticing the contact of your spine, your legs, your arms, your head against the ground. Feeling so supported, so safe and relaxed. And just know that you always have access. You always have access to this feeling. This takes a little presence, a little space and time to listen to your body. So maybe pancake your hands over your heart, just taking a moment to give yourself a little bit of gratitude for taking this time now, for saying yes to your body, feeling good. Take a big breath into your heart space. Exhale out your mouth, let it go. You can slowly roll over onto one side, making your way into a seat. Maybe bringing your hands in prayer if that feels aligned, or maybe pressing them into the tops of your thighs for some grounding. Thank you for coming today. I honor you. Namaste.